Hey everybody, and this video brings us out to Lake Panasoffsky, if I'm saying that right. Lake Panasoffsky, Florida. If I am saying that incorrectly, I do apologize. We're maybe like 8 minutes down the road from Wildwood, Florida, right here off of Route 44, Interstate 75, right down the road, right near major civilization on this very, very busy road. But back in 2001, people in theaters would have thought differently. They would have thought we were in the middle of nowhere right now, because today we are out here to see the filming location for a very famous cult movie, if you will, a very famous horror movie from 2001. I'm gonna give you guys a bit of a hint as to what horror movie we're out here to see a filming location for. Are you guys ready? Do you guys know now? Do you guys know what horror filming location we're gonna see today? We're right here on, again, Route 44. This is 4629 Route 44. We are out here today to see a filming location for the cult classic, very famous, beloved horror movie from 2001, Jeepers Creepers. Now, I know the movie isn't looked upon as fondly as it used to be due to the director not being looked upon very, very kindly, but I know the movie still has a bit of a cult following. People still tend to love this movie. They think it's a great classic horror film. It spawned, I believe, 2 sequels and a reboot or a remake. I haven't seen the newer one. You guys can leave your comments down below about that. But are you a fan of Jeepers Creepers? And are you a fan of the diner scene from Jeepers Creepers? Because that is what we are out here today to see. Are you guys ready for this? Take a look at the diner from Jeepers Creepers. This is it. This is the diner from the movie Jeepers Creepers. Now I believe used as airboat rentals, I think, if I'm not mistaken from what I read online. But look at that. That is it right there. There's the shot right there where Derry and Trish pull in here. I don't want to give you guys too much of a, well, no, let's just do it. Let's do some spoilers here. For those of you who have not yet seen the movie, I'm going to give you guys some spoilers right now, just to warn you. This here is where I feel the movie kind of goes a little bit downhill, if you will, because up until this, I'm very much invested in the movie. The movie is kind of interesting, where it's Trish and Derry. They're traveling home from spring break down the back roads of Florida, where this truck drives up onto them, weaving around, swerving, almost driving them off the road. The truck does eventually end up passing them, and they think, that was crazy. What the heck was that? Probably some hillbilly, who knows, but they seem to be okay. They seem to be safe. And later on, as they're driving down the road, they pass this church, and they see the truck again. This time, though, they see the man driving the truck getting out and putting what looks to be like bodies down this pipe sticking up out of the ground. I think, did we just see that? Did we just see somebody shoving what looks to be bodies wrapped in cloth, wrapped in sheets down this pipe? Is that what we saw? I don't know, but they drive past way too slowly, looking at what's going on. And of course, the man, the person putting the supposed bodies down the pipe, sees them. He pulls out, he chases after them, this time actually driving them off the road into a field. The truck, though, does keep on driving. So at this point, they also think, well, maybe we're safe again, because the truck did end up driving past and leaving us alone. And we're in this field now, but our car, even though it's banged up and not in the best condition, it still does drive. We're still good. We can still get from point A to point B. Hopefully, maybe we're safe. But of course, Derry, in true typical horror fashion, goes, no, we should go back and investigate. What if there's somebody still alive? What if there are bodies down there? What if we need to save somebody? Now, common sense would tell you, what the heck are you gonna do? What if the killer is still there? What if you do end up finding bodies? Like, how are you gonna save anybody? What are you gonna do? Just go find a payphone, go find a phone, make a phone call the police. But of course, Derry's like, well, I mean, because this is what Trish wants to do. Trish is the one who's thinking smart. She's the one who's thinking, we need to go find a payphone. And Derry's going, no. Who knows where? We're in the middle of nowhere. Who knows where the next payphone is? There's a gas station right there, by the way. But who knows where the next payphone is? Who knows where we'll be able to call the cops? Could be miles and miles and miles and an hour away. We don't know where we are right now. Could take forever to call the cops. We should go investigate just to make sure everybody's safe and sound. And again, in true typical horror fashion, Trish goes, okay, we'll go back, we'll investigate. And they do go investigate, and Derry ends up falling down the pipe, and he ends up finding bodies, and of course he's freaked out. They end up escaping from the church, and they do go to find a phone to call the cops, and this is where they do that. This is where they call the police. And like I said, this is where, in my opinion, the movie kind of goes south. Everything kind of goes downhill, because they go into the diner, and all of a sudden they get a call on the payphone from this psychic who's asking, have you seen the cats yet? There's this psychic who calls them, and the cops do eventually end up showing up, and they're out here and whatnot, and they end up getting decapitated. We find out that what we thought was maybe like a serial killer, which again had me invested when I first saw the movie. When I first saw the movie, I thought, this is great. Like, oh, some serial killer crazy guy is out killing people, and now he's after them. That's creepy. That's crazy. Spoiler, we end up finding out that the creeper, the killer from the movie, is actually like this demon monster thing who's got bat wings and this weird head and whatnot, and he's decapitating people, and he's taking heads and ripping their tongues out. It's bizarre. It gets weird at this point, but up until this point, I was really invested. I'm really invested in the movie up until this point, and then it gets kind of weird. But this is it. This is where it happens. This is where Trish and Derry call the cops, and where we first really get a good look at the creeper, kind of, where he's decapitating people and whatnot with his axe, this big shiny axe that he carries around. They go right in here. This is where all the backwoods Florida hillbillies are eating their diner food, because of course when Trish and Derry run in, they're screaming, oh my gosh, we need to call the cops, we need help, there people have died, we need help, people have been hurt, we need to call the police. All those backwoods hillbillies are eating their food. They look up, and they just go back to eating again, because that's the way Southern people are. If you go into a diner with a bunch of Southern people and you scream, help, people have been murdered, we need to call the police, nobody's gonna care. But anyway, so I love movie stereotypes, especially horror movie stereotypes and tropes and whatnot, and cliches, if you will, and there are plenty of them in this movie. But again, this movie is a bit of a cult hit. People do tend to like this movie quite a bit. I remember when this movie came out, I heard a lot of people talking about it. I think it did fairly well when it came out. I think anyway. I know a lot of people were talking about the movie. I know I went to see the movie in the theaters. A lot of my friends went to see the movies in the theaters. It spawned 2 sequels and a remake, or a reboot. So people do like this movie. I, for one, find it to be okay. I don't think it's terrible, but I think it's just okay, especially once we get after the diner. This comes about a half hour into the movie, and about a half hour into the movie, I sort of go, I kind of start to check out, just because it gets kind of weird with a psychic lady and, again, a weird demon monster guy with bat wings. It gets weird, but this is where the diner scene was. So leave your comments down below. Let me know what your thoughts on the film is. Do you guys like the movie? Are you a fan of Jeepers Creepers? Forget what the director did. Forget the director. We all know our thoughts on the director of this film. Forget that. But the film in and of itself, are you a fan? Did you like it when it came out? Do you like it to this day? Were you a fan of the sequels? I don't remember what I saw this. I've seen the sequels. Do not remember what happens in them. Haven't seen that reboot remake thing yet, though. Gotta check that out eventually. But the first movie I've seen a couple of times. Like I said, it's okay. There was a big sign right there, big diner sign right here. All there just for the movie. I believe I read when the movie was actually filmed, this wasn't a diner. It was like an abandoned building. I think I read that read that somewhere online. Now, like I said, being used, I believe, as airboat rentals, patrolled by what looks to be like very friendly, nice dogs. It does say beware of dog right there. It should say beware of creeper is what it should say. I'm really surprised there are no Jeepers Creepers anything here. I wonder if inside if there's a poster or something like that. If I owned this place, I would be advertising Jeepers Creepers Diner, definitely 100%. But those dogs, I don't know, they could be ferocious, but they seem to be very nice. They're whining. I feel like they want me to come over and pet them, but I'm not going to pet them. I'm going to leave them alone so I don't get eaten by a dog. Hopefully I don't get eaten by a creeper. If those dogs start whining or barking the Jeepers Creepers song, then I'll be scared. Or if I see a bunch of cats. Did you see the cats yet? Oh my gosh, there's so much pollen out here right now. I'm not as worried about the creeper as much as I am pollen at the moment. The pollen is crazy, but this is it. This is the Jeepers Creepers Diner. So pretty awesome. Wanted to get out here and see this. I've been wanting to get out here to see this for a long time, ever since I moved down here. I knew eventually I would make like the hour-plus drive out here to see this, and today I did. Pretty awesome. Really, really cool to see the Jeepers Creepers Diner right in there. Trish and Derry calling the cops, getting a phone call from a psychic asking if they've seen the cats yet. It's such a weird, bizarre scene. Again, movie in my opinion gets weird at this point, but awesome. So, all right, again, leave your comments down below. Are you a fan of Jeepers Creepers? Do you enjoy the movie? Do you enjoy the sequels? Do you enjoy that remake, reboot thing they did? What are your thoughts on the film in of itself? Were you a fan when it came out? Are you a fan of it today? Have you been out here to see the Jeepers Creepers Diner? Look at all this very major, busy highway right by civilization. But back in 2001, you would have thought differently. You would have thought right now we were in the middle of nowhere, Florida. That is cool. But all right, guys, I am going to let you go. I'm gonna take some pictures, post them up on Instagram. That is awesome. Jeepers Creepers Diner, 2001's Jeepers Creepers. So cool. But all right, guys, again, that's gonna do it. So as always, thank you all so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, check down below for links to Patreon. If you guys do become a patron, I will send you a postcard every single month from the road. Also check down below for the spreadshirt. We have some retro desktop t-shirts. Also hit that join button to become a member of this channel. And if you guys watch this video all the way until the very end, hashtag Jeepers Creepers, hashtag Jeepers Creepers. If you guys watch this video all the way into the very end, again, Route 44, 4629. Come out here, check this out. Pretty awesome. If you're a fan of filming locations, especially horror filming locations, or maybe you're just a big fan of the movie Jeepers Creepers, get out here, check this out. This is pretty awesome. I believe one of the last few remaining filming locations you can see. There weren't a lot of filming locations, I believe, in the movie, but I think if I'm not mistaken, I think the police station still exists. Maybe we'll go see that someday. See, they want me to go say hi to them so badly. These dogs are awesome. So I believe the police station still exists. Again, the diner still exists, but I think the actual, if I'm not mistaken, the actual church where the pipe was, that burnt down. I don't believe we actually see it burning down in the movie itself. I believe on the radio they mention that it's burning down, but I think in real life it did actually end up burning down. So that no longer exists. I don't believe you can go see that anymore, but you can still see the diner. I think you can go see the police station. Maybe someday we'll go visit some of the other filming locations, kind of filmed in the greater area, all the way out in like Ocala and Gainesville and stuff like that. This whole big greater, like sort of mid to northern Florida area were the filming locations of 2001's Jeepers Creepers. So awesome, so cool. So again, like I said, thanks for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you do hit that subscribe button or you are subscribed, then I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. If the creeper doesn't get me first, if I turn this car on and I hear the Jeepers Creepers song on the radio, I am going to soil myself. All right, guys, that's going to do it. One more shot again of the Jeepers Creepers Diner. That is so cool. Awesome. All right, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.